Hello students, today we're going to be talking about rhyme scheme, specifically what is it and how do you find it. Alright, so what is rhyme scheme? Rhyme scheme is the pattern of end rhymes that a poem has. So end rhymes are only found at the end of lines, so internal rhymes or rhymes within the same line aren't actually considered when finding a poem's rhyme scheme. Each time a new word ending is introduced at the end of a line, you assign a new letter in alphabetical order. So you're basically just looking at the last word of each line, seeing if it rhymes with the previous line, and if it doesn't, you give it a new letter. The rhyme scheme continues through the whole poem, so it doesn't actually restart each stanza, it goes all the way down. And sometimes words, as another little note, sometimes words don't perfectly rhyme, but they may still be considered a rhyme. So for example, bin and tin, they rhyme perfectly, but something like trim might also be considered a rhyme if it seems to fit well in the rhyme scheme's pattern. So just be open to that, even if it doesn't perfectly rhyme, if it seems to obviously fit in the rhyme scheme's pattern, you'll see what we mean in a minute, then that is probably considered a rhyme. Alright, so how do you find rhyme scheme? Well, you're just going to look at the ending word of each line in the poem and then assign a letter each time a new word ending is introduced. So you'll want to keep track of that as well on like a piece of paper or on your phone. And then you'll also, another little note, you'll want to remember that even the last line of a poem might rhyme with the first line. So always double check to see if a rhyme has already been used. So again, it does continue throughout the whole poem, so it doesn't restart after each stanza. So just make sure you're checking to see if a rhyme has already been used. Alright, so if you're a little confused, hopefully these examples will help you a little bit. This is our first example. This is Dreams by Langston Hughes. I'll go ahead and read the poem and then we'll go through the rhyme scheme. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow. So normally we'd go through like a whole analysis of this poem, but for today we're just going to be looking at the rhyme scheme, so that just involves the last word of each line. So we have the first one, dreams, then die, then bird, then fly. The second stanza we have dreams go, fields snow. So let's see what the rhyme scheme is then. You'll see dreams, we have A, because that's the first rhyme we see. Then we have die, die does not rhyme with dreams, so that's a new letter, B. Then we have bird, bird does not rhyme with dreams or die, so that's a new letter as well, C. But then we come to fly, which does rhyme with die, so that is the same letter as B, so we put B again. Then we have dreams again, which we did see at the first letter, so that's A. Then we have go, which we haven't seen that rhyme yet, so that would be D. Then we have field, which we haven't seen that rhyme yet either, so that would be E. And then we have snow, which we did see that rhymes with go, so we would put D again. So those letters, that order of letters there, is a rhyme scheme. So now let's go ahead and see if you can try to figure out a rhyme scheme yourself. Alright, so this is example 2. I'm going to go ahead and read the poem and then you can see if you can come up with a rhyme scheme for this. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I've tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffice. This is a little funny poem about like the world ending, so there you go. But this is Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. Go ahead and pause the video and see if you can figure out, maybe on a piece of paper or something, see if you can figure out the rhyme scheme of this. Alright, so this is the rhyme scheme. Hopefully you were able to figure it out. We have first word fire, A, then ice, B, desire, A, fire, A, and all those are the same rhyme. Twice rhymes with ice, that's B. Hate is a new one, C. Ice, B. Great, C, rhymes with hate. Then we have suffice, which is B again. All right, and last example, this one's a little bit trickier, but let's see if we can get it. We have Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul, and sings the tune without the words, and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm, that could abash the little word that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never in extremity it asked a crumb of me. Alright, so once again, see if you can go ahead and pause the video and figure out the rhyme scheme of this, and then we can check back and see if you got them right. Alright, so here is the rhyme scheme of this. This one I'm assuming a few of you might have been a little confused about. But we have feathers, A, soul, B, words, A, and all, B. You're probably wondering why I'm considering those rhymes, and it's because those are close to rhymes and they do fit with the same pattern as the second stanza. So you see the second stanza is very obvious, CD, CD, because we have heard, which rhymes with bird, and storm, which rhymes with warm. So because those are in that pattern, I'm assuming that Emily Dickinson meant the rhymes of the first stanza to be AB, AB as well, and they are very close. So that's why I would say AB, AB, and then CD, CD. And then the last stanza there, E, F, 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 because all those last three rhyme with each themselves, and E doesn't really rhyme with anything. Anyway, hopefully this video helped you figure out how to do rhyme schemes so that you can do it yourself. Hopefully this was helpful to you, and I'll see you next time.